Alright guys, so today what I'm going to be showing you guys is basically what life has been like on prep. If you've ever considered prepping for a physique competition, bodybuilding competition, anything along the lines of that, I'm going to give you the perspective and experience from a first-time competitor, what you should know, what to expect. I have a few keys written down on my phone in terms of the training, eating, just kind of daily life patterns and habits that'll pretty much summarize to a degree from what I could tell you without actually experiencing it. So we're about halfway through, so I figured I have a general gist of what it is. So I'm going to kind of give you, I have 3 different bullet points, or like 3 to 6. So I have the training, eating, the sleeping, physically how I feel, mentally how I feel, and like my spirit and just kind of how I am as a person. So how these things are different, how they've changed. I don't know how long this video is going to be quite honest with you. It could be fairly quick, it could be fairly long, depending on how much I elaborate. But so first thing we're going to start off with is the training. So the training is definitely, it's more intense when you are bulking. I'm obviously not bulking right now because I'm prepping for competition. When you are bulking, you're trying to maximize the volume, like the amounts of sets, reps, weights you're doing. So with that, you can take longer rest periods to make sure your body gets less fatigued. You can put up more weight, maximize growth and progressive overload. When it comes to cutting, you're trying to maintain that strength because obviously, well, as you're decreasing your weight and your body size, you're not going to be able to continually put up more weight because you're not gaining weight and you're not in a surplus of eating. So you go higher with the intensity, you try to maintain your weight, is shorter rest periods, the reps and the sets differ. Like my training each month changes where I'm used to the same workouts for 3 months at a time as I've made myself. So it's a higher intensity compared to on days where I might work like hypertrophy to try to enlarge my muscles. I might take a minute and a half between sets. Now I'm taking 45 seconds. So it's almost as if the workout is basically a cardio because you're getting really tired, you're getting fatigued, your head is pounding, you're like almost dizzy. Like I had legs today and I literally almost passed out. So it changes. Some days are heavier, some days are lighter. Even on the heavier sets, you're not doing longer rests. You're still going like a minute. The longest rest I've had is a minute and a half for heavy sets. So the intensity is there for training, and it's a different beast. Later, I'm going to tie back into that with something when it comes to mentally, so I'll get to that. But the next thing I want to talk about is eating. So this, by far, I would say for anyone, including myself, on certain days especially, is probably the hardest part. Eating for prep is the hardest thing. So I've shown some videos of what I eat throughout the day, so I'm just going to give you a rundown here. My pre-workout is 2 slices of white bread with peanut butter, 2 tablespoons, and a protein bar. Post-workout is a protein shake and a banana. That's it. My breakfast is 4 whole eggs. I usually hard boil them. And a packet of oatmeal, which is about 100 calories of oatmeal. It's less than about half of a cup. Lunch is 8 ounces of grilled chicken and a cup of rice. And dinner is 8 ounces of lean beef and about like a fourth of a baked potato, a quarter of a baked potato. So the calories are way down. When I was bulking, I was at about 31 to 3,200 calories. Now I'm at about 2,300 to maybe 2,200, somewhere in that range. So almost 1,000 calorie difference. The food is very strict, and obviously when you're bulking, you're trying to put on size, so you need more. When you're trying to gain or lose weight, it is less. It's very strict. I weigh literally everything, very on top of it. I don't put seasoning or spices or anything. That's calories. That's going to go into the mental thing later as well. Everything is plain. It gets very annoying at times. If I do complain throughout this video, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it seem as good as possible. But the food every day, I get 1 cheat meal a week, and it's not even in, it's still within my deficit calories. So it's nothing crazy. Still have to stay on track. The next thing is sleeping. So sleeping, nothing really has changed, to be honest with you. I still get my 7 to 8 hours of sleep like I always did when I was bulking, regardless of when I was working out. And I do sleep better, I guess because I'm more tired. And for some reason, I get very, very like vivid dreams. I don't even know if that's the right word. I, for some reason, have had dreams almost every day, and I could pretty much recount almost all of them. And this has never happened. I sleep very well. I get dreams all the time. But yeah, now we're going to go into like how I feel. Like I said, physically, mentally, and spiritually. So the first thing I want to talk about is physically how I feel. So I usually feel a lot weaker a lot of the times. I don't feel as full and as like hefty, I guess you could say. I'm not taking in as many calories, clearly. I'm still exerting as much, if not more force. And I get tired a lot earlier. If you know me, you know I go to bed fairly early. But I get tired even earlier than I used to. I feel very sluggish all the time. And physically, I feel different. I've kind of gotten used to it by now. But after about a month, it kind of hits you really hard. Because the first 2 weeks, my body felt the same. I guess it wasn't adjusted yet. And then I kind of just got like hit like a brick. So now I'm kind of used to it. But I do get sluggish. I get very tired. But again, I'm not eating as much. So mentally, okay, this is... To me, if you are considering prep, this is the one thing, if you're watching this video, I want you to take very, very important like consideration when you're looking at it. So mentally, okay. So I feel very angry all the time. Not angry, but I'm very moody. I can be very bipolar. 1 second I'll be happy, the next second I want to like punch a hole in the wall. I'm very easy to irritate. If any of my friends are watching this, or anyone that knows me personally or very well, knows it's very, very hard to get me aggravated to any capacity. So you could say anything to me pretty much now, and I might snap at you, I might curse you out. And it's just, I don't know why it is, and I'm trying to control it, but when someone says something, usually my tendency has been to not retaliate, not say anything, and just be like, okay. But now, people can say something to me, and I'll just snap. And I won't, sometimes half the time, I won't even realize it. And so mentally, regardless of when I'm in the gym or when I'm not, my mind is like a mess. I can't focus as much as I used to. Prep is like, besides school, obviously, because school is important. Prep is like one of the only things I think about. It's like basically taking over my mind. If I'm weighing out my food and it's 0.1 ounce over, I'm like, I gotta take it out. It's because it's getting to me. If I'm at the gym and I do 8 reps in a set, I'm supposed to do 10, it's gonna bother me. If I'm at the gym and I do cardio, and let's say this one particular day I burned 150 calories, and the next day I do it, I burn 140, it's going to bother me. And it's these little things, because I'm trying to hold myself so accountable that it's like basically almost killing me. And I can't, even in the gym, my mind is all over the place when I'm working out. Occasionally I can focus in on certain days, but sometimes it's very, very, it's like a war zone in my head, and it's very, very taxing. And it like, sometimes it hurts mentally so bad that it hurts you physically. So if you're doing prep, I'm telling you, please watch out for your mental health, because this thing will fuck with you. Okay, next, spiritually. So, do I feel like myself recently? I'm going to be completely honest with you, no. Have I felt myself for a little while? No. Did I expect this? To a degree. My friends have told me, especially a few days ago, I asked my friends, I was like, have I been acting myself? And they said no. And they kind of brought up the being moody and being aggravated. And I was like, yeah, I expected that. My mom even told me, she said I wasn't acting like I usually do. And did I expect this? Yes. I have this for 2 more months, and then I should be back to normal, quote unquote. But I'm aware of it. I'm trying to fix it. But it's like, I know it's happening, but the way I'm acting, I just can't stop it. It just happens. And not to say it is what it is, but I signed up for this. Any problem I've ever gotten into, I've pretty much thrown myself into that fire, per se. So I only have 2 more months of this. I'm aware. I'm trying to stay as positive as I can about it. I didn't really shit on this as much as I thought I was going to, which is good. Definitely one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. So if you ever are thinking about doing a prep for a competition, rewatch this video. If you want to talk to me about my experience, I know I'm not a pro and I haven't done it a million times. But if you know me personally, I'd be more than happy to talk about my experiences now or when I'm done, how I felt afterwards. But like they always say, if you love something, find what you love and let it kill you. I know it sounds stupid. I'm basically letting this thing kill me to a degree. But there's nothing on this planet I'd rather kind of test me physically and mentally than this. I don't know when the next time I'm going to do prep for a competition is after this. It might be a year, 2 years, it might be like 5. I don't know. But we'll see what life takes us after that. But besides that, that's pretty much it. That is how I feel about prep, my thoughts, my opinions, anything I shared with you guys if you're considering it. I hope I helped you out. Again, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions as to what I'm doing or how I feel about it. I can give you my experiences. But thank you guys for tuning in. There should be a new video in the next few days, a multi-day vlog, I'm hoping. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and peace.